Okay, good morning, everybody, for Sunday, the 30th of July. Or should I say October? Certainly, this weather pattern is, yeah, this is not summer. This is a very autumnal pattern that we continue to get. And you can see this warm front, which continues to come across. Low pressure out in the Atlantic, as the BBC said yesterday. This is the third weekend in a row the UK has been under the influence of a low. And that's, very unusual. And if I'm honest, it's looking mixed for August. So, maybe flaming June we should have had and respected. Anyway, this warm front's getting closer, potentially a bit faster than I was expecting as well, because it's nice and bright currently, but it does appear like it is going to deteriorate quite quickly this morning. And you can see those isobars fairly tight, a very Atlantic weather picture. Not looking particularly good at all, if I'm honest. Looking at the winds, generally picking up 25 knots probably in this region, west-southwesterly. Satellite picture over the UK reveals that bright start. Plenty of mountain wave over North Wales, and I know Chris Gill's up there in his Arcus currently at 19,000 feet, probably planning a trip to Scotland or the Isle of Man or something. But for us, as you can see, we've woken up to a nice bright morning, but out in the west, the line of cloud is already probably just around Salisbury, and it doesn't look like it's going to get much better behind that. And if you believe the public forecast, it looks like a washout. But I'm willing to have a little bit of optimism because this forecast has changed a lot over the last couple of days. But you can see there rain for quite a bit of today, 17 degrees being the top temperature, and moderate to poor visibility at times. Those winds, as you can see, a little bit lighter than they were suggesting a few days ago, generally sitting at around 10 to 15 knots or so. But it's looking very, very variable and mixed today. There doesn't appear to be huge rain bands, but there are nonetheless some rain in the local area. And you can see probably our first band of rain coming towards us from the west at Salisbury currently, I showed you on that satellite image, and bits of rain in between it. It might be one of those days where you just have to look out the window and try and take any opportunity you can to fly, but that's not really good for the soaring, more for the training. Top temperature 17 degrees. That's agreed by the GFS, and dew points of around 15. This is this afternoon, so that's when the warm front's gone through. If we look a little bit earlier, then you can see that the air is a little bit drier, but not by much. Temperatures of, so this shows 18, 19 degrees and dew point of 12. But the weather has moved itself forwards a few hours, so most frustratingly. Currently, temperature 16, dew point of 11. David correctly said in the comments he's just updated his forecast, I'm going to say, David, you're a bit more optimistic than I am, because I think by lunchtime we're going to see the rain come. So, I think look out the window. We'll see what's actually going on, but it certainly doesn't look too great there. At the moment, though, well, even in the last 15 minutes, clouds increased, and the wind's got up. But it is flyable. Might better get some things done, but it depends how quick you are. Farnborough currently reporting, few at 2,700 feet. And you can see the headline of the TAF there showing scattered 3,000, but by lunchtime it being rain. Rain anytime from 12 for the rest of the day, pretty much. If you believe Top Meteo, in another alternate universe, there is some cross-country potential today, probably for about an hour. Let's see, that is sort of showing what we've got currently with Scuddy Q at about 2,500 feet. I think it's a bit lower than that, actually. And then as we get towards 11 o'clock or so, we get a brief spell of cloud base of around 3,000 to 3,500 feet. And then it falls apart by lunchtime. Hopefully, that's probably the middle ground between me being pessimistic and David being optimistic. It's not the day that was unfortunately forecast. It was supposed to be better than this. Good out if you're out in East Anglia and the southeast. I know you've had it a lot better than us in recent weeks. The club class nationals, well, you might better get a short task if you're really quick, but I'm sure nobody will be disappointed about an early drive home. But hey, he had it better than the 18 and 20 metre nationals, so you can't complain. Anyway, cloud amounts, yeah, you can see cloud amounts get up pretty quickly as we've got, and then the thicker cloud comes through as the warm front appears. So yeah, I think really look out the window, make the most of what we've got. And yeah, you can see a brief soarable window there this morning, if you believe that, with a top temperature of 20 degrees, but even that's a bit of an overestimate. So on the whole, yeah, get out there and go flying. I'll just have a look at the airspace. I don't think there's going to be too much. If you've got Sky Demon, you'll be able to see a interesting NOTAM. It's a shame actually we're not flying cross country today because it would be interesting to use. But Southampton have, I think, got some staff shortages at the moment, so the airspace gets deactivated every so often. So if you are bimbling around in a motor glider, have a look at that NOTAM and see if you might be able to make use of the airspace. What else we got? 18 and 19 are not relevant. I think 23 is the International Vintage Rally, which I imagine having a bit of a damp start to their week. Hopefully it improves. And really, the other NOTAMs are just gliding. Number 3 is apparently intense gliding activity at Dorset. What they categorise as intense, I'd like to know. Dunstable intense though, and yeah, the rest of it is fairly sort of straightforward. It's nothing of note. Operations today will be 27 if we go flying, as I've already briefed to the staff. So runway 27 in use with a slight offset. Have an EasyJet A319 due out at around 11 o'clock this morning to Gatwick. And aside from that, yeah, I think we're just going to get the gliders ready and see what we can get out today. It might be nothing, but as always with gliding, you've got to be in it to win it. So we'll see you out there. Bye for now.